Hi guys, my name's Doug. Welcome to My Messy Garage. In today's video we're going to be working on my 1971 Snow Cruiser. 2011 is the model number, as you can see on the hood. This was a 20-inch wide track, and I believe it was a 25 horse 440cc engine. And what we're going to be working on today is just kind of starting to come up with a plan of attack on repairing the hood. This machine was repainted when I first got it. It had been sitting in a garage, not getting any love for a number of years when I got it back in the early to mid 80s. And I used it for a few years. Then it has been sitting unloved since the late 1980s. Somebody bumped it with a piece of equipment, punched a hole in the hood, and you can see that there's a few little patches that need some attention. So what I want to do today is start stripping it down, get it down to the bare hood, get the hinges off, get the headlight out, get all the hardware and everything off of it. See where we're at, take some Scotch-Brite and give it a little bit of a scuff and see if we can get the moss off and just get it down to the point where we can give it a bath and see what we have to work with. I think there'll be no problem repairing this. It's just fiberglass, and fiberglass is pretty much infinitely repairable. So let's get at it. Scotch-Brite and a whole bunch of scaly stuff. Just give this a quick little wipe off here. I don't really want to grind all of this stuff into the paint. We'll knock the worst of it off, then we can start peeling parts off of here. We've got what used to be a vent that went across top here. It was about 90 thou plastic by the look of it, something like that. And the vent came up, and it was kind of like a louver affair. Just went across the top. And you can see this side of the louver is, it's a little rough, but it's not cracked. So I'm going to try and extract that in one piece. We'll drill out these rivets and pop the remainder of this off. And over on the far side here, this is missing a bar, and it's definitely seen better days. It is in pretty rough shape. We'll try and extract it in one piece as well. I've got, I don't know, about 1/8 of an inch drill bit. We'll try and drill the heads off these pop rivets. And the pop rivets spin. We've got all those drilled off now, and we carefully extract the vent. What I'm hoping I can do with this is to clean it up and use it as a pattern to build something out of fiberglass that'll closely match, because I have a sneaking suspicion this vent will not take too much rough treatment. Down here at the bottom we've got two alignment hoops that go down around the pins that stick up on the chassis. The hood springs that hold the hood closed attach here. We've got hinges at the front and the headlight left to do. 3/8 nut on the back side. We'll put the fasteners back on this hook in the same order they came off, and then we put the hook in the parts dish. You can see that the hoop that goes over the alignment pin on the chassis of the snow machine keeps the hood in alignment, keeps the bottom lip here out over top where it's supposed to be. You can see though that this thing is a little bit tweaked. It'll need to be straightened before it goes back in place. Initially I thought the hinge looked a little bit tweaked, but you look at it closer and that appears to be a factory bend. The front of the hood is slightly curved, and to match up with the front of the chassis, I guess they have to put a little bit of a tweak in it. Anyways, let's put the hardware back here so it doesn't get lost. Here we have the headlight, held in with a couple springs. A trim ring and a bulb. And it looks to me like the bulb is cracked. I don't know if you guys can see. Maybe it's not broken. I don't know. It's probably the original bulb from 1971, so chances are it's not going to be much good. And I don't know how easy it's going to be to get a replacement. I'll check into it and see what I can do. There should be a number on here somewhere. Made in the USA, B19, and the brand logo is TS. Who knows? Let's see what we can come up with. As for removing the chrome, it's held on with kind of a push pin type arrangement, and I don't know that there's going to be a good way to get it out of there. It's not the end of the world. We can work around it. We can mask it off when we're painting, and we can make things work. Here you can see that the corner was busted out of this before, and we just kind of cobbled it. And likewise, over here, this corner has been busted out, and we top riveted some aluminum in to reinforce it, and didn't bother rebuilding the lip. I would like to try and rebuild those lips. The lip here has had a little bit of a collision with the lip on the chassis of the snow machine, and I'd like to try and clean that up. And there's the backside of the worst of the damage right there. I think what we're going to end up doing here is exactly that. Break that piece out of there. I'd like to try and clean that up and remount it if I can. Clean up the margins so that the piece fits back in there. We can support it with some hot glue blocks, and then repair the fiberglass on the front side. You can kind of see the fiberglass of this hood is not real thick, but I think we can make that work. I've given the hood a quick once over with the Scotch-Brite, got the worst of the scale off, kind of smoothed things out a little bit. We're still going to need to do a whole bunch more sanding before we get to the point where we're smoothing out filler and prepping it for primer and paint. However, what I would like to do is start preparing for installing our broken piece back in. Now, I don't have any fiberglass to make the actual repair at this time, but what I would like to do is make some preparation. And the first step is we've got to grind back our margins a little bit so that the piece can fit in. We've got to taper both edges, so we've got a groove that we can put some additional material in, so we've got lots to work with, and we want it to fit in nice and flush. Now I can kind of wedge it in here approximately where it's supposed to go, and we did get the edges here cleaned up a little bit, at least got the moss off of them. But let me grab a angle grinder, and I'm going to just kind of try to open this up ever so slightly so that we can just drop this piece in place. Then we will brace up in behind with a strip of wood and get this reattached. I've got the angle grinder here. There we go. The broken piece fits back into its opening, and I think we can brace it up from in behind, and then it's just a matter of cleaning this up a little bit and we can glass it back in place. I've got a couple of scraps of 1x2 or whatever you want to call it. We're going to glue in here as a backer, kind of sort of like that. I got some heat in the glue gun. I'll give it a try here. That provides us with a lip that we can set our original broken piece into. Put a little bit of glue on the back side of that so that it's held in place where it's supposed to be, and then we can come around afterwards and fix all the cracks. This should be as good as new when we're done. Basically, we've got a cracked piece back where it is supposed to live. Now it's just a matter of finishing the repair. That won't be too difficult to do. I think we're going to end this one here. Thanks a lot for stopping by. Appreciate you giving me a thumb up if you've gotten this far in the video. And if you like what you're seeing here and you want to see some more Snow Cruiser repair videos, why don't you hit that subscribe button, maybe hit the bell notification so that you get an alert when I post new videos. And thanks a lot for watching. We'll catch you in the next mess.